War rhetoric is heating up between Donald Trump and Iran, leaving Israel and key Arab nations on edge as they weigh the risks of escalation. Israel and America's Arab allies have reportedly urged Trump to hold off on striking Iran, warning that a premature attack could backfire across the region. According to the report, Netanyahu and several Arab governments argue the Iranian regime needs to be weakened further before any U.S. military action is launched. NBC News revealed these details in an exclusive report on January 14, 2026, describing behind-the-scenes messaging aimed at slowing Trump down. The NBC report said the request for Trump to hold off was relayed during recent talks with U.S. officials, indicating direct diplomatic pressure from partners. Israel reportedly told Trump it supports regime change in Iran, but fears that military action alone would not be enough to produce lasting results. Instead, Israel allegedly recommended that the U.S. destabilize Iran by backing protesters, using internal pressure rather than only external force. NBC reported that Israel also tabled a proposal to further stir anti-Khamenei sentiment, suggesting a broader campaign beyond conventional strikes. One element of Israel's reported proposal is boosting communications that can evade internet shutdowns, keeping protesters connected even during blackouts. A second step would be increasing economic sanctions, tightening financial pressure to weaken the state's ability to fund crackdowns and security forces. A third recommendation is cyber attacks on key Iranian installations, aimed at disrupting command systems and critical infrastructure without large-scale bombing. A fourth option involves targeted strikes against top leaders, a higher-risk step that would seek to decapitate decision-making at the top. U.S. Arab allies also reportedly not in favor of Trump intervening in Iran, fearing blowback against their own states and economies. Arab officials told NBC there is no enthusiasm for a U.S. attack could actually unite Iranians around the flag instead of splitting the regime. At the same time, conflicting reports persist over whether Arab governments would back U.S. action if Washington moved forward, reflecting mixed strategic calculations. Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Qatar reportedly told Trump that regime change in Iran could trigger internal unrest and unpredictable spillover across borders. Arab leaders are also wary that U.S. strikes could shock global oil markets, The Wall Street Journal reported, by threatening shipping routes and energy infrastructure. The Wall Street Journal also reported Saudi Arabia made clear it will not be involved in any U.S. action against Iran, signaling a refusal to share responsibility. Riyadh has reportedly barred the use of its airspace for U.S. airstrikes, a major constraint given Saudi Arabia's geography and strategic location. Alarm bells rang across the region after Trump claimed help is on the way for Iranian protesters, as allies tried to read what that promise really means. Trump has still not specified exactly what steps he will take against Iran, but he has repeatedly warned that action is coming and could be imminent. Meanwhile, on January 13th, U.S. CENTCOM announced a new coordination cell at Udeid Air Base in Qatar, expanding regional defense integration. CENTCOM said the new cell will enhance integrated air and missile defenses, pointing to preparations for potential drone and missile retaliation. 17 nations are now linked through the new cell, reportedly to improve detection and interception of Iranian missiles and drones across shared airspace. Remember, Udeid Air Base in Qatar sits only about 200 to 300 kilometers from Iran's border, making it both strategically vital and highly exposed. Amid reports that more than 2,000 protesters have been killed in clashes, Iranian and Qatari officials also held talks, signaling quiet regional diplomacy. Ali Larijani, Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, spoke with Qatar's Prime Minister, reflecting back-channel contacts as tensions rise. Qatar's leadership also called for peaceful solutions to enhance security and stability, pushing de-escalation even as military preparations accelerate.